osmotic pressure is another colligative property. That means osmotic pressure increases as the concentration of solute particles increases. So, first let's review what osmosis is. Osmosis is the movement of water across a semi-permeable membrane to try and equalize concentration. So, in this picture, we've got the semi-permeable membrane in the middle. Now, water can cross the membrane, but sugar can't. Now, what we have is a concentrated sugar solution up top, and on the bottom we have pure water. So in other words, up top we have high concentration, and on the bottom we have low concentration. And what entropy wants to do is equalize those two concentrations. And the best it can do is to move water into the upper portion. So, the water is going to move across the membrane to where the sugar solution is, and it will keep doing that until it has to stop. Now, why does it have to stop? It has to stop because of osmotic pressure. Well, because of the dynamic interplay between osmotic pressure and gravity. Let me show you what that means. In any liquid, pressure equals the height of the liquid times the density of the liquid. Let's use a capital D for density. Okay, so that means that there is a pressure associated with that height. Okay? And essentially what will happen is you'll have a continuation of osmosis until the osmotic pressure of the solution equals the pressure due to that height. So we've got this height here, we're going to call it H, right? And the principle is water rises until P equals pi. Right, where pi is the osmotic pressure. And pi equals m, that's the molarity of the solution, times R times the temperature times X. So, let's substitute HD on this side and MRTx on this side. And so this gives us H times the density equals the molarity times R times T times X. I'm not going to make you do any calculations with this, but I wanted to show you the math. It's enough to know that the level in the solution will rise until the osmotic pressure equals the pressure due to the height difference. And then it stops. Osmotic pressure is also a big deal with your cells. Your cells need to be in isotonic solutions, where the concentration of solute is the same as the concentration of solute inside the cell. So, isotonic solution is represented by the picture on the left. This is a normal red blood cell. And in this case, we can say the osmotic pressure inside equals the osmotic pressure outside. Or it might be better to say the osmotic pressure of the cell equals the osmotic pressure of the solution. So when pi of the cell is equal to pi of the solution, this is isotonic. This is what cells need for their long-term health. And this is what a normal red blood cell looks like, kind of a donut that doesn't fully have a hole in the middle. On the other hand, the picture in the center is a hypertonic solution. Look at the cell, it looks like it's been squished, certainly not healthy. Here, the osmotic pressure in the solution is greater than the osmotic pressure in the cell. And on the right, where the cell looks like a balloon that's been blown up, that's hypotonic. And that's where the pressure outside of the solution is much less than the pressure inside the cell. Either a hypertonic or a hypotonic situation can lead to cell death. Luckily, cells are able to actively pump water across their membranes, so they can survive for a small amount of time in hypertonic or hypotonic environments.